My name is Lorena Garcia, and I am the Colorado Director for 9 to 5 National Association of Working Women. We are an organization that's a membership organization where we engage directly affected women in the movement for economic justice in the workplace. And that seems like a pretty set in stone idea, but really when you think about economic justice in the workplace, it's really broad, because when you take into consideration all the pieces that make it possible for a woman to make a fair living wage, it's not just their paycheck, although that's a huge part, but it's also their ability to be a woman in the workplace, their ability to be a mom in the workplace, their ability to be a daughter or a sister. I think right now one thing that we're facing is, and that we have continued to face for years and years, and hopefully it won't be years and years in the future, but this extreme pay gap. I mean, it's already 2009, and women are still behind on the pay scale. For comparable work, we're only getting paid 78 cents to the dollar a man makes. And for Latina women, oh, don't even get me started. It's like 56 cents to the dollar a man makes. I mean, seriously? It's ridiculous, the fact that we're still having to say we are worth the exact same. We are not worth less at all. We are worth the same as any other worker out there, and we should get paid the same amounts. However, we are also playing two roles. We're playing the worker bee role. We're in the workforce. We make up majority of the workforce. But we are also playing the caregiver role. When you have a two-parent household, and it's a heterosexual household, the one to respond to a child sick from school, or who's having to stay home from school, or who has a problem at school, majority of the time it's the woman that reacts, and it's the woman that has to go and deal with the situation. It's not the man, it's the woman. So if the woman doesn't have adequate leave to go and go to school, to their kids' school, then they either have to make that horrible decision of, do I keep my job, do I keep my pay, or do I go and deal with this school situation for my son or daughter? Another thing that we have, but one of the good things about that is 9 to 5 led the effort to create a parental leave bill, a law that now grants working parents 18 hours of leave to attend school-related activities when it's about attendance, grades, academic achievement, things like that, which is a huge victory. I mean, think about being able to say, hey, I have a parent-teacher conference next week, and I can go to it. That's awesome. Another thing is, for the caregiving role, is also, we're often the ones that are like, oh my gosh, my son or daughter is sick, or my mom or dad is sick, or my partner is sick, and I need to take the time to make sure that they're okay. But if I don't have paid sick days, again, I'm having to choose between my job, my pay, and taking care of my family or myself. We run ourselves to the ground. You know, that's just part of women. That's part of who we are, because we're like, we're going to do what it takes to get whatever we have to do to get done, right? And so we go and we do it, and we ourselves get sick a lot. But what else happens with that is we will sacrifice our sick days for our kids and for our parents and whoever it is that we're taking care of. And it shouldn't be. That's not fair. We should have adequate amount of sick days to take care of ourselves and our families. And so next year we're going to be running paid sick days. We're gonna get paid sick days for all workers. Yeah. Okay. I'm just excited about that. You know, there's other things about women and poverty, that the majority of those who are impoverished are women. The majority of those who are impoverished women are women of color. And don't even get me started on LGBT, because I mean, if we look at like how messed up our system is on the whole idea of we're barely getting equal rights laws and protections and anti-discrimination laws, and thank goodness Colorado has an anti-discrimination law. But what we don't have is any teeth to that. We have a really comprehensive anti-discrimination law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity and expression. So if you get fired from it, it's illegal. They broke the law. But there's nothing there that serves as a repercussion to those who broke the law. So it's essentially just saying, yeah, give me a slap on the hand. I know what I did is illegal, but you can't do anything about it. And so being able to increase remedies for those who are covered by Colorado's anti-discrimination law is a huge victory for women across the board, because right now women who are working in a place of employment of 15 or less, they have nothing there if they're getting sexually harassed on the job or if they're getting discriminated against because of it. And then those that are in the LGBT community, they have nothing there because it's just in the books. It's not actually active. So we're working really hard to do that, and that we know that will get women into a better place, because a lot of women quit their jobs or get fired because they say, hey, you're discriminating against me and that's not cool, and then they get retaliated against. National Domestic Violence Awareness Month is that many of our members come to us because they've either had to leave their job, they got fired, they can't find another job because they're afraid to use their name and put their address on something that's public, because they come from a domestic violence. The fact that this is happening and these women are forced into poverty, they're forced to leave their kids, they're forced to leave their houses, their jobs, to take care of themselves, which is what they should do. But the fact that they even have to do that and make that choice is outrageous. And then the fact that there's not protection in our discrimination laws against domestic violence status, we have a long way to go. We have such a long way to go. Get angry, get up, and go take action.